So Over the Top Wrestling's Outer Space Odyssey 3, which took place in the Tivoli Theatre in Dublin. This was probably, I say this almost every time I see an OTT card, this is the best show they've ever, like every single match was so entertaining for wrestling reasons or entertainment reasons or both. It was just amazing to watch, man. Like you seriously should make like the effort to go there more, like to get a ticket though. I know you told me your reasons for
you know the reasons for it. And it's stuff that can't be helped, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But listen, the great thing of OTT on demand means I'm not going to miss it.
Yes, that's a good point. Yeah.
So,
yeah, congratulations once again to Over the Top Wrestling for launching their on-demand system only last week now. So on July 1st, and they now
both have our subscriptions as well.
You do indeed. So you can check out the results now. They've recently just put Outer Space Odyssey up now on their show, Nick. But this is what happens in the matches all the same. Kenny Williams, who's the current ICW 0G champion, took on Jake McCluskey. Now, I never heard of Jake McCluskey before. I think he wrestled. I think he's from Limerick, if I'm not. And he wrestled some of his matches in Germany for the German Wrestling Federation, which I think Moose is a champion of over there. I saw a title where he's also the Impact Grand Champion. I think he is as well.
Okay.
And he brought both belts. But anyway, I never seen him before, but some of the moves I've seen from him I've never seen before ever. Like he did this one thing where he stood up on, like remember when we saw Scotty Davis stand on the guy's back when they're on all quarters?
Yes.
He did the exact same thing and then jumped up and then moonsaulted onto the man. That and the way he somersaulted over without the help of a rope into to get of an arm wrench, and then so some of his moves is even, and I've seen, and we've seen a lot of high flyers nowadays.
Yeah,
like it's really impressive. Like this type of moves, it's so amazing to see stuff like that. Like you've never seen before. Like his style is very unique. It's like it's creative. It's like he's a creative high flyer as opposed to just being acrobatic for the sake of acrobatic. You know what I mean? So
I know what you mean. Yeah.
So again, a terrific match, terrific energy from Williams. Williams is such a funny guy to watch. Like he shows very good mannerisms as well in the ring. Williams won though in the end with a slightly overdone tilt-a-whirl DDT. Like it looked like he really hit his head. McCluskey for the win, and they showed respect after the match, and it was a great showing though from McCluskey though. So I really hope he comes back to OTT because it was a great showing from him.
Yeah.
Now this next match, extra talented Aaron Solo and Ricky Starks against two talented Jay and Patrick Salmon. Now, extra talented are from America. It's their first ever match in Europe, actually, this match on OTT. Aaron Solo, believe it or not, was actually a participant in the WWE Cruiserweight Classic. Not many people know that, actually.
Okay.
Both of them are very confident on the mic, and the crowd are sort of having given a bit of stick to Aaron Solo because a lot of people reckoned he looked a bit like Jimmy Uso, except he had like red hair dye. I was shouting that he looked more like S.A. Rios, but that's just my opinion. Like. Excellent wrestling from both teams. Jay and Patrick Salmon, who are from Westmeads, I think they train out of Fife actually, but I can't confirm that to be sure. It was probably one of the best matches of the night. Starks took a bit of a page of Charlie Sterling's book by flashing his backside a few times. And in fact, you know that hip attack that Oscar does? He might have done that to one of the guys whilst his trunks were still down. Great double team moves, great high flying, such an entertaining match, excellent mannerisms from extra talented. Like they were teasing the crowd, they were making fun of Guinness and stuff like that. They were making fun.
How dare they?
I know.
How dare they?
They might have said that it tastes like pee. So how dare they? I know, it's awful. I actually rewatched that match earlier on, and Don Marnell was not happy. He was literally, if it wasn't for Angus, he probably would have stormed the ring.
He would have stormed the ring. Yeah,
that's it.
He have every right to do that.
Yeah. But and this match was probably the best finish of the night. What happened was the way they finished it is where they had one of the two unlimited guys sitting on the middle rope, sitting on the ropes. All right. While the other one was climbing on top of him and was standing on his shoulders and gave him a 450.
Nice.
Then the guy jumped up, turned around, moonsault over. Brilliant finish.
Class.
I was talking to Packer. Packers a friend of mine, and he was right behind me. He's like, "Mate, that is a finish. That is a finish." It was just so good to watch. Like, I hope both teams come back. Like, 2 Unlimited or some team, I really hope they get pushed in OTT because they're really a great talents. Like, both of them, effortless high flying. Like, you know, so great athleticism. Now, Justin Shape versus Pastor William Ever. This, first of all, the entrance of Ever, the way he came out, right? He had everyone do like blessing themselves and stuff like that, and then he gave the power to 3 people in security, like, and put them in shakes. But the funniest part is when he went over. There's a friend of mine called Craig who's in a wheelchair, and he made him rise off the wheelchair, and then he just walks to the bar. It's just brilliant, and it was just constant chants like "We want mass" and resurrection and stuff like that. It was so entertaining. But all the antics of Eva like scared off, like William J, Humperdinck, Valerie, Logan Bryce and Justin Shape all went to the ring, and then Valerie and William J ran off. I'm like, no, I don't want any of that. And but it was a very entertaining match with Ever using his powers to show off Justy, including making Justy put his fish hook, which is like maybe his parody of Marty Skrull's chicken wing, and putting it on himself to the point where Foxy had to pull it out of him. And in the end, Ever won the match by pinfall by doing, you know, that sort of thing where in Street Fighter where Ryu does that thing. It's like that sort of thing.
Sudoku.
Yeah, it's like a Sudoku except with Jesus' powers.
Sorry.
Yeah, except with Jesus' powers, and that beat Justy. In the end, Justy challenged Ever to a tag team match next month, with Justy and Logan Bryce against Ever and a mystery partner.
Ooh.
So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. He said, "You and God can't beat us," or something like that. So
it'll be God.
It probably will be.
Or Shawn Michaels.
Well, here's in the meantime, probably will be Shawn Michaels actually. Sha Samuels and Charlie Sterling took on Worky and Paddy M of the Lads in the Flats. A lot of chants pre-UK election took place, like as you'd imagine, like because it was a British team against the Irish team. Typical Sterling as well, putting his arse out to the point where he simply was just doing it like on purpose, like he just like, all right, you want me to tease you? Right, down they go, and he suplexes someone. Like in the end, Samuels and Sterling got disqualified because Samuels low blowed Paddy and Worky, and Samuels then continued to attack Lads in the Flats before ripping into the crowd, like saying, "Oh, typical Irish" and stuff like that. So. Typical making fun of the Irish as a Brit. Now, one of the better matches this card was Sammy Callahan against Mark Haskins. An excellent match from both men. Sammy Callahan was wearing 2 waistcoats and almost like full casual gear. How he can wrestle like that, I do not know. I really do not know, because it was really warm in there for one. Like when you're drinking all the beer in there, it's like, oh God, how can he do that? Like, and be able to wrestle like that. Great agility, chain wrestling, and strikes from Haskins, and Haskins won the end by submitting Callahan with his. I like to say it's a sharpshooter, but he locks it in and he pulls it back then, like it would be an STF. So it's a variation of it, if you like. Both men showed appreciation for each other after the match, with Callahan ends up kissing Haskins out of appreciation, if you like. And after that, then Haskins then laid a challenge for the winner of Ryan Smile and Matt Riddle. So. Which we later know now is going to be the main events for the card in July. Now, Kaylee Ray and Chris Wolf against Session Matt Martina and Katie Harvey. This I'm amazed that Katie Harvey and Martina managed to work together for one. They did in the end, but it wasn't easy at the start. Like, it seemed to stages that it would be a 3-on-1 match because Martina gave a count to Kaylee Ray and one to Chris Wolf. Yeah. And okay, do you want to have a beer? And tried to have get Katie involved. Like, oh, you want a beer? You want a beer? Threw it out of the ring. Right, of course. Right to someone's feet.
Of course you would, yeah.
She almost went to the Raven in the end, though, but then ended up attacking Martina in the end. But yeah, as I said, they worked together for a while, so it proved a lot of people wrong. Like when Marie and Jay were talking about it, it was like, wow, they actually worked together. Like because it was by a roll up by I think Kaylee Ray on the Kaylee Ray puts on Harvey, and then Martina pushed him back and kept it on hold for the pinfall win. So it goes to show you. Now, Jordan Devlin against Moose. This was actually a very good match. Like, we were both talking about Moose.
I've heard great things about the match. It wasn't one I was looking forward to in myself, just because I'm very. How can I say? I'm just skeptical about Moose. I just thought he doesn't really entertain me as a wrestler.
The man can wrestle, though.
The man can wrestle. Maybe it's just TNA is just really bad and they're just making him look terrible.
That's probably it.
And we all know about Jordan Devlin and his way of just getting men bigger than him just have fantastic matches.
He is the as Don Marnell described in commentary, he is the quintessential Davids.
Yeah.
Quite frankly.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't matter how big his opponent is, he still has a go at them, like, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And again, it was a great match. Excellent use of excellent agility. Like, he's really fast for a man of his size. His moose, like, he used to be a football player, wasn't he? So American football player.
Yes.
So explained that, wouldn't it?
Well, he probably did play in college or something. Man that size,
but he's a very good wrestler as well. Like, he actually gets down when it comes down to it. He actually has some moves, and he actually does very well in the ring. Very strong guy as well. One of the best spots in the match is when Jordan was gorilla pressed into the crowd, into the stage, and then Jordan came back from the stage and crossbodied him over the ropes, and they got a huge ovation after that.
Yeah.
Jordan ended up winning after a brainbuster on the 300-pound moose. Like, shows how strong Jordan's getting nowadays, and then finished off with his moonsault. Most, if not all, the crowd appreciated Jordan after the match. So either it's a possible heel turn, or is he just cool?
Cool.
Yeah, he's just a cool heel, like, you know. So because a lot of the crowd, like, it was almost all boots when he came out, and like almost everyone cheered him afterwards. So I think we all missed him. I think
that's what it was. He's been away for so long.
Yeah, like, and as we talked about, like, we don't know why he was gone, like whether it was due to injury or anything like that. Like, we saw
I think maybe just decided to take a break, and you can understand.
It might have been through injury, because remember, like, I don't know if you knew, like,
he was still doing dates in ICW though,
and that's the thing. Like, he wrestled Trent Seven for the title over there, and he got a very nasty cut in the back of his head. So maybe that had something to do with it as well, and he maybe needed time for that to recover. Like, you know, so who knows? But either way, it was great to see him back. Now, this was probably the most entertaining match ever on OTT. British Strong Style, Pete Dunne, Trent Seven, and Tyler Bates against Angel Cruz, Be Cool, and Tyler Bates.
Or Tyler Breeze.
Yeah, well, if you like, yeah. Tyler Bates strangely fought for both teams, unsure who to be loyal to. There was a bit of a promo in between this, actually, like, where Angel Cruz and Trent Seven each other's faces, and like Angel Cruz just went to do something. Listen, next time you come between me and Tyler, I'm gonna take your head off your shoulders with a blade. Yeah. Like, and the way he says it is just so funny.
Then he just pops it, like that picture of him coming from under the ring with an axe.
Oh man, he's psychotic. What I love about Angel Cruz's character, he's as funny as it gets, but he is as psychotic as it comes when it comes down to it as well. So I was delighted to see British Strong Style again. This could be one of the last times we see them nowadays, like the way things are going. Like, so Pete Dunne brought the WWE UK title over with him as well, like, so from out and all, like, and I remember the three of them gone to the ring, and then like Tyler Bates then just went backstage. I'm like, where did he go? And it took him another 5 minutes for Pete Dunne and Trent Seven to be like, where's Tyler gone? And then he comes out with Be Cool and Angel Cruz. So some funny moments, and really funny moments in the match, like both teams impersonating Triple H with the water and spitting out. Like, so as you mentioned, Angel taking out the Cruz and almost beheading Trent with the axe. Team Peter and Rick, we'll call them. Getting heavily involved in the match, doing DX impersonations and Pete Dunne impersonations by doing all this as well. And Tyler seemed to be between both teams, like, no, stop, you can't do this, no, stop, you can't do this. It's like he was a second referee beside Foxy at times in the match. He eventually went with British Strong Style by punching Be Cool, like his whole, you know, when he has the hand high, fisticuffs, I think he calls it.
No, it's not, it's Bop and Bang or something.
Bop and Bang, And then he eventually gave Cruz his Tyler Driver 97. Everyone in the match, including Team Peter and Rick, did a collective Triple H impression afterwards, as well as a huge embrace. And then when everyone left, Tyler and Angel hugged it out, and that was that. So it was a good end to maybe the whole thing now. And the main event, Ryan Smile versus Matt Riddle for the OTT No Limits title. An excellent match from both men. It looked like Matt Riddle, the very first action in the match, he did like a Daniel Bryan type of knee, and it looked like he was knocked out from it. Ryan Smile, he was like, and it took him maybe 5 minutes to recover until eventually they had the match. It looks like now Ryan Smile could be turning heel.
From what I heard afterwards.
Because, well, for one, he's not over at all. Like, a lot of the crowd, there's portions of crowds where he's not. He's probably, and it's getting less and less and less, especially since he's become champion. Like, you know, like he's just becoming less and less over with the crowd. Like, you know, I don't know what it is.
Okay.
And he has, but even gone back to his match.
Even though he has the trunks of #over.
There you go. Well, I don't know. Maybe it depends where he wrestles, but like in Dublin, I just get the sense he's that over. Like, it's not he isn't a respected wrestler. It's just
yeah,
the way it is with him at the moment.
But
so
it's kind of strange because he hasn't had the title for that long.
Yeah.
When he actually finally won it, the crowd were so happy.
Well, the thing is, though, even going back to his last match with Marty Skrull, there was a bit of divisions in the match. That's when it really started, but it more so started when he beat Pete Dunne for the title, and more so nowadays.
Yeah.
Like, you know. Anyway, it was a great match in the end. Despite a good match from Riddle, it took 3 frog splashes. Although it looked like it was supposed to be 2, because after 2, like the first one, Riddle got up at 1. The second one, it looked like the referee counted 3. The music started. They're like, no, it's 2, and there's a lot of confusion from the crowds.
Okay.
And then he did the third one, and then that beat Riddle. So it was kind of a weird finish. But after the match, then Small refused to shake Riddle's hand, so it kind of confirmed he's going heel then afterwards. So. And now it looks like it'll be him and Mark Haskins now for the title now in July. So,
and I still have the theory that it's going to be Skrull and Smile 3 at WrestleRama.
It could be more than that, though. For all you know, it could be like a case where it'll involve Skrull, but it could be like Mark Haskins could be involved again. Matt Riddle could be involved again. It could be a fatal 4-way. Imagine like a bigger match.
I prefer singles. I wouldn't personally prefer a singles match.
Depending on who wrestles, though, would you be taking exception to that?
No, I don't know. I just think I'd like to see a third version of it. That's what I want.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.